Greetings, sailors. I'd love to welcome you back to the next installment of the Navigare webinar. I'm super excited. I know that some of you have actually gotten to go out sailing. I haven't. There may be some of you sailors that might want to tell some stories in just a minute, but I'm jealous. I need to get out sailing. It's been a while, so. We also have lots of participants from around the world. I'm super excited. We have people from really all around the globe, and I want to thank you for getting up early, staying up late, whatever your case is. Thanks. We want to give you good information and make it worth your while. We started this webinar series talking about the industry and the status of the industry in coronavirus. It was a little dicey back then when we started this back, I believe March 23rd, around that time. And the lot of changes in these last couple of months. We have had one of our bases open. Croatia is now open for business. It's been open for a couple of weeks. We're very excited about that. We have Spain opening in a couple of weeks, and that's going to be followed by Greece a week or two later, as it's planned. Many of you, I know the majority of the people on this webinar are from North America, very interested in the Caribbean, BVI specifically. There is a pending phase 2 plan for reopening that calls for opening in September. It hasn't been approved. They haven't given an earlier date than that, which we're kind of hoping for. Maybe get a little summer sailing in. As soon as we have that information, we'll make sure to broadcast that out. We have a great topic today. We get lots of questions about this all the time. What are the options for somebody wanting to put a boat in charter? So we have a great panelist. It's my team of brokers that are here to help you with the investment counseling, the boat, really answer any questions you could have about that. We want to keep it a little short. These webinars have been going a little over time, so we're going to try and keep it a little shorter than it has been in the past and open it up for questions. There's a chat button for those of you that are on the video portion of this. For those of you on phone, sorry, don't have a way to ask questions. And again, thanks to all of you that ask questions early. But we have a true sailor. As a matter of fact, she's on her boat right now, on a boat, actually just did a delivery, 1,000 miles, arrived I think 15 minutes ago. We weren't sure she was going to make it. Amanda Haley, and our newest broker joining the team, Joaquin Luna. They're going to be joining this and helping answer the questions in just a little bit. So here we go. What are the options for plans for putting a boat in a charter fleet? And whenever I am asked that question, I really want to ask more questions about why do you want to put the boat in the charter fleet? And generally I get a lot of answers, typically something like they want to do lots of free sailing, or to offset the cost of ownership, or an investment with a return in equity, tax planning. Some people want to have the boat paid off or paid down and then go sail away. And oftentimes it's a combination of all of those or some of those. So let's dive right into it. And Amanda, can you tell us the profile of somebody who would fit in the category of somebody who would want lots of sailing time in a safe investment?
Yes, a safe investment would be our complete program, which offers up to 12 weeks of sailing on your vessel or any other vessel within our fleet. And basically you get to enjoy all the perks of ownership with not a lot of the hardships that a lot of sailors know come along. You get a guaranteed income from us for up to 7 years. A lot of the questions I get are, is it a 7-year term or a 2-year term? With us, there's flexibility. We offer you guaranteed income for 7 years, and the charter term can be renewed each year, so it's up to you. That's our complete program with guaranteed income.
Fantastic, and I understand that a lot of people that go into that program want something that's safe, upfront. The amount that they're going to get every year is guaranteed. Also, what I've heard a lot is that some of the owners want to gain confidence on their boat and may want to retire in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 7 years, and get a lot of experience on their boat before they take off. Do you hear the same thing?
Yes, oftentimes it's people who have a game plan for retiring within a certain number of years. And it's nice because they know how much their mortgage is, how much they're going to be paying towards their mortgage, and what we are guaranteeing them in the return. And that length of time gives them the experience of being able to sail on their vessel or other vessels around the world, which is really a nice experience for those people who are looking to retire or sail away on their boat, or just have that kind of free time and want a very safe, risk-free investment.
Yeah, great. Thank you very much. And let me ask you, if I were interested in a Lagoon 46 catamaran, can you tell me what the numbers look like in a complete program with that type of boat?
Certainly. We can send you a pro forma that explains all the numbers step by step, basically the cost, the breakdown, what we guarantee you each year. We have samples of qualifications for financing, and we can show you that. And not just the Lagoon 46, we can show you pretty much any boat pro forma on how it would look in our guaranteed complete program.
Okay, okay. And for those of you wondering, kind of a typical return on a complete program, and in our industry, we talk about the amount or the percentage of the cost of the boat. And so for the mid-sized catamarans, I think we're looking at somewhere in the 9% range of the cost of the boat, guaranteed per year, and there would be no additional cost on top of that.
Specifically for the Lagoon 42, it's 9.2%.
Very good, very good. That's
annually.
A nice hearty return. And to make an investment like that, the owner, what kind of process would the owner go through to make that? Is it typically with a down payment and a loan, or cash up front, or a large investment? How does that work?
It's usually a down payment of 20% if they're going through financing, which most people will do. Some people will have the luxury to pay the boat off completely and just enjoy the returns of our guaranteed program, but most people will choose to put down 20, possibly 30%, depending on what kind of interest rate they would like. And it's a very simple process. We can talk together, call me, any of us on this phone call, and we can get you in touch with the right people to discuss financing options for you and move forward that way. But yes, it's usually a 20% down payment.
Okay, and after that 20% down payment, tell me about all of the costs that an owner would incur in a complete program.
Absolutely nothing. Well, Philip, you were telling us earlier that it's not absolutely nothing. It's a little bit, $27, I think you said, for U.S. Coast Guard documentation after 5 years. But pretty much Navigare pays for everything, all the maintenance, insurance, costs of keeping the vessel ship shape, and you are responsible for paying your mortgage and enjoying your boat.
Okay, So that's a very nice return on the investment. The down payment is 20%, but you get a guaranteed 9.2%, I think you said, for the Lagoon 42 on the entire cost of the boat. And the
46.
only expense an owner would have would be to pay the mortgage out of that. So awesome. That's very exciting. I'm all about that. When we were talking about the other categories, we were looking at somebody who might be investing for the revenue or equity or potentially tax planning. Joaquin, tell us a little bit more about the profile for somebody that would be interested in that type of investment.
Well, thank you, Philip. Our program, called the Ultimate Program, is really designed to maximize the revenue potential of a boat in charter. This is a revenue share agreement in which we participate in the income that's derived from the charter business, and it really allows someone to maximize the revenue and either use that to earn more equity, or maybe put it into their portfolio as a diversification asset. In addition, this program is structured so that people can take advantage of potential tax savings that might be present based on their current situation. In particular, it's really designed to allow someone to have an active participation business and take advantage of accelerated depreciation.
I have been hearing quite a bit about accelerated depreciation and depreciation in general as a complete write-off against revenue. So I know that some of our owners that works for quite well. I think in this presentation, since we don't know everybody's exact financial situation, we can't make blanket statements, but we do have owners that are taking advantage of the depreciation. So Joaquin, I understand that this is in the ultimate plan, there's a revenue share. Tell us more about that.
Well, yes. So the ultimate plan is a variable revenue share arrangement in that it's a 75-25% split, where the boat owner receives 75% of the revenue. That makes it variable, which is also one of the aspects that makes it more tax advantageous. So it might move a little bit each year. However, we're able to pass on more revenue than we might under the complete program, as it's really a partnership agreement between us and the boat owner. Again, you have lots of opportunities to sail. If you're unable to sail as much as you want, you can choose to leave the boat in charter and generate even more revenue.
Fantastic. And so you have the ability to use your boat a lot, and because it is shared revenue, we allow owners to use their boat very extensively in the ultimate program, because really it's could be their loss if it's weeks that would potentially be booked. But if an owner wants to sail 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 weeks a year in a row, we just had one of our owners sail from January until March. They were forced off their boat in March. Last people out of the Virgin Islands, I believe, before the gate shut behind them. So it has really good utilization potential as well.
Well, with that, I think its name is very telling. Ultimate, it's kind of the ultimate in flexibility. It gives you the ultimate in revenue potential, tax write-offs, sailing time, and really a lot of flexibility to do what you like. We allow the boats to stay in charter for up to 7 years, but if situation change and you want to take your boat a little bit early, you can do that.
Yeah, great. With any of the programs with Navigare, we have a guarantee of revenues or a given guarantee of the term of the plan for 7 years. However, all of our owners are welcome to pull their boats out early if they decide, hey, time to retire and go sail away. If anything changes, we want to offer that flexibility. We do have a lot of non-U.S. Citizens on the phone or on this webinar. And I think what we've been talking about as far as tax planning goes really is relevant to U.S. citizens or residents. May not be exactly the same in other countries. I know that in Canada there is some ability to depreciate the boat. I think it's a slower schedule. But it appears that there is the ability to depreciate the boat in Canada. Other countries, I apologize, I don't know. I don't know all of the tax planning scenarios for other countries. We do have a third program. It's interesting. If somebody, for example, didn't want to get a loan or couldn't qualify for a loan, but had cash available either out of an investment portfolio that they could pull funds out of, a HELOC, some large cash amount. We have our SMART program. This allows somebody to put down a significant portion of the boat. For our mid-sized catamarans, typically about 50%. And then through the course of the charter, we allow the charter revenue to pay for the boat. And that's quite advantageous and for many people. When the 7-year term is over, the boat is completely paid off and you can sail away and have your boat waiting and ready for you. There are options to buy out the program a little early. It's very simple. There's no bank to get involved with, no credit checks or approvals. It's really a very easy plan and program to get into. So that's really an overview of the 3 programs, and I'll say our ultimate and complete are our most common programs, with the SMART really kind of picking up steam. And as a bit of a recap, the ultimate program carries a little bit more risk. The owner would be paying the slip fees, the insurance, the maintenance of the boat. So paying the expenses of the boat, but taking the lion's share of the revenue, and Navigare, the base to operate the charter operation, would take the smaller portion to operate the base. Just like any business, you have revenue and expenses, and it carries with it some very nice tax advantages. We get a lot of questions, and I know we're already starting to push the time frame, and I really want to save lots of times to answer all the questions you may have. But we get a lot of questions about why Navigare. Amanda, tell us why you think Navigare is, give us a great reason why you think Navigare is the company to go with.
I would say our track record, being that we've been around since 2001. One of the greatest stories you told me when I first started working for the company is Navigare started with 6 boat owners, and that was in 2001. And today, 3 of those boat owners still have boats with us in the program. And that's 50% of people still buying, and that's over now, if that's 20 years ago, that would be 3 terms, almost 3 boats that they've renewed in the program with us. So we must be doing something right to have happy boat owners that keep coming back time and time again. And we've now gone from, what, quote me if I'm wrong, or correct me if I'm wrong, from 6 original boat owners to now 311.
I will, if it's really good, I'll continue to quote you. Actually, it's 311 boats sold. However, we have owners that have multiple boats.
Multiple boats?
Not
Okay,
quite
all
that
right.
many. And we do have owners that are now on their 6th boat. They've rolled boats over and taken equity out. And one of the greatest things about the program is you can earn revenue as you go, but also I don't think we really mentioned exit strategy, and a lot of people want some have questions about exit strategy. May not go into the investment thinking about that. And the top 3 are people pull their boats out to go sailing. They know the boat, they know their time frame, they're retiring in a certain amount of time and want to spend time on a boat, get that boat, sail on it, really get familiar with the boat, and then sail away. Another alternative is to trade the boat in. Take the equity that you've earned in the boat and roll that into another boat. So very easy. You let us know, we take the boat back, and it's our responsibility. And then finally, sell the boat. Those are really the 3 primary exit strategies that people have. So we're happy to tell you more about that. Joaquin, tell me something else that really sets Navigare Yachting, now I believe the 3rd largest charter company in the world, apart from our colleagues in the industry.
Well, I think it's important to note that we have some of the highest returns in the industry, and I think one of the things that really drew me to Navigare is really pride ourselves on taking care of the boats and providing the best maintenance program in the industry. It's really important to our investors, as you just said about the exit strategy, that we have a really well-maintained boat at the end of the program that we can really maximize its value from.
Yes, well, Joaquin, it seems like the majority of your answers have revolved around the financial side of things, and I'll just let everybody know that Joaquin does come from a financial background. So, and when you talk about maintenance, in a way, we're forced to do high quality maintenance. When we sign an agreement to manage someone's yacht, we have an 11-page service agreement, things we do semi-annually, annually, every 2 years. And we have a portal. So all of our technicians are logging everything on the portal. Our owners have access to the portal, so they're able to see everything that's happening on their boat in real time. So we are really forced to walk the walk. It's a great program. It provides tremendous transparency, and our owners love it. We talked quite a bit about sailing and the ability to use a boat. I believe Amanda spoke about up to 12 weeks. And really that for the ultimate program could easily be that or more. For the complete program, SMART program, technically those numbers are correct. However, we're using what the industry uses and all low season weeks. In reality, our owners are sailing between 3 and 5 weeks a year, typically, and then we have the additional 4 weeks of short notice. If you notice your boat's not booked, or frankly, a similar boat at another base, the Navigare owned and operated bases, you can do a short notice week, and those really are available for immediate use. Kind of the summary that I think I'm taking from you, Joaquin and Amanda, is that Navigare provides really the best balance between getting the highest returns in the industry, the best protection of somebody's asset. And we're a small management team, really know every owner, the owner of Navigare Yachting, Jesper Rongard, really is hands-on. I speak with Jesper just about every day. Don't think I spoke with him on Christmas Day or New Year's Day, but he really hands-on. He absolutely loves the company and will do anything to make the company more enjoyable for owners, charter guests, and all of us team members who work with them. So, like to get to questions, and please type in your questions. We're really happy to answer them. And Will, let's let Amanda answer this question about Try Before You Buy program. Amanda, tell us about that.
I love our Try Before You Buy program. Not only that it rhymes like Navigare Webinare, but the Try Before You Buy program is good because when you're thinking of buying a yacht with us, you go to boat shows, you fall in love with the, say, Fountain Peugeot 47, but you don't know how it sails, or the Lagoon 42, and you don't think, oh, well, maybe that's too small, and maybe I want a bigger yacht. So what we'll do is we'll let you pay for your charter, and when you sign a contract with us, we will then take the price of that charter off the cost of whatever boat you decide to buy. That's our Try Before You Buy program.
Fantastic, and I understand the time frame is a contract signed in 6 months of of the Try Before You Buy
program. Correct.
A great program, and before we end, I'll tell you some really good reasons to try. Ubi, your question, I believe, is in reference to repair costs, and I believe the actual question is, what about major repair costs? In the complete program, no cost at all. Again, as Amanda said, 5 years down the road, you may have to pay $27, and that's only because we're not allowed to have the address and of your documentation from the U.S. Coast Guard. But that would be it. Joaquin, tell us about the costs associated with the Ultimate program.
Well, again, the Ultimate program is a revenue share program, so we return 75% of the charter revenue, and then we bill you for the costs to maintain the boat. You know, they're the same costs that are incurred under the complete program. It's just the mechanism of paying them is different. And that's mainly so that you can meet the requirements of an active participation business. So we hand over lion's share of the revenue, pass through the costs, and that's simply it. And the boat's maintained to our standards, and so the numbers don't look that much different than the complete program, other than the revenue being a little bit higher. It's just the mechanism changes a bit to meet tax requirements.
And there are basically 3 types of repair costs, and Ubi, let me explain how that works. There could be warranty repairs, and if that's the case, then the owner in an Ultimate program wouldn't pay that, of course. That's going to be reimbursed by the manufacturer. There are repair costs caused by charter guests while they're on charter. Those costs would not be applicable. They would be charged to the co-insurance coverage for the charter guest. The only major repair costs that an owner would be responsible for were just things that happen as the boat lives and sails and ages. So we have a really good control on the costs. And we have really good actuarial numbers over these last 20 years. So a good handle on that. And typically, we have returns in the range of 13% of the price of the boat for some of our mid-size catamarans. Okay.
Philip, may I add that in the Ultimate program, the pro formas that we send you show a complete breakdown of the costs, and the service contract that is signed by the Ultimate owner and the Complete owner is exactly the same. So the same standards are given to the boats that we're caring for and the boats that we're charging you for. There is no difference. So it shows transparency there.
Great. So the next question from Rob. Let's see, are we talking about new boat purchases here? Yes, we are. Navigare really prides ourselves on the maintenance of the boats. We bring all brand new boats in. We have, we order, I believe, more lagoon catamarans than any company in the world. We are now growing our Fontaine Pajot fleet, Beneteau, Jeanneau. Really, we are bringing a lot of new boats in, and we're able to control the quality of the product that we're producing for our charter guests. At the same time, we know we're able to provide an exceptional product and return and protection of asset for owners. We wouldn't be able to do that if we were putting used boats in our program. So it is all new boats. Joaquin, what participation do you expect from the owner? Website, promotions, boats, show participation? And again, I assume this is for the Ultimate program.
Well, we expect you to get out on the boat and have fun and sail. That being said, the IRS might have different ideas. So I believe what's being referred to here is meeting the active participation requirements for the IRS. That's really something that you would need to discuss with your CPA, as there are some requirements that you be actively involved in the business. Navigare itself doesn't have any requirements to be part of the program, but I do suggest you meet with the CPA that can kind of guide you through that process. But generally you might have to attend some boat shows, or one thing that works really well is we pay a commission for any referrals or bookings on your boat. That's another way to meet that participation requirement really easily. Send some friends to spend some time on your boat. So it's a tax question, and I think people need to really consult with their CPAs and get a handle on their personal tax situation and find out what it's going to take to meet those requirements and maximize the benefits.
I think Joaquin is probably not telling you everything he knows. Navigare really, we want to help. We'll help every step of the way. But for your safety, to make sure you are following everything that meets your personal financial needs, it's best to get outside representation on that. Ubi, boy, we really want to talk to you, because this next question I'm going to answer. When an owner takes back a boat, what does Navigare guarantee of any needed repairs, rigging needs, etc.? It's a many-part question. I'm going to answer that one right off the bat. And I talked about an 11-page service guarantee. And the service guarantee also, half of that is how we are going to hand the boat back over at the time we turn it over. So everything, and we get so many comments on this about, wow, I can't believe, and these are from owners who have been with other programs, how detailed our handover protocol really is, to the point where we can tell you that a wood chip bigger than 2 centimeters in length, or 1 centimeter in length and 4 millimeters in depth, we will repair. I mean, it's down to that level, and so it's very, very detailed in how we're going to hand the boat over. So all the systems are going to be working. Every bit of equipment you bought the boat with will be on the boat. So it's a tremendous program that we have to phase out our boats when they're ready to move along. Amanda, second part of the question, in the complete program, is the Navigare guarantee paid monthly?
It's actually paid quarterly. Yes, and I have been speaking with Ubi on the phone, so I know him personally. We are talking about his Elba 45, hopefully. Yes, of course, that boat can go into our program. And yeah, the complete program is paid quarterly.
Okay, fantastic, fantastic. We're love to get more questions.
I saw one, Philip, that says, still insuring the boat so charter guests don't forget to report problems. That's a good one. Can I answer it?
You can.
Okay. Our Carefree program is really great. A lot of the times people will have to put down a deposit when they rent or charter a boat, bareboat charter a boat, and they know, oh, if I report that I clogged the head, then I'll have to give some of this money. I won't be able to get my full deposit back. That is not the case with Navigare Yachting. We charge a certain amount of money. I think it's around $570 something. Am I correct, Philip?
$517.50.
Okay, $17.50 to everyone who charters with us, and that covers everything. That's all of their insurance. That's our Carefree program. So it really helps people to report, oh, I ran aground, or this happened, or this didn't, because they're not afraid of being hit with some huge fee at the end of their charter.
Very good. So I understand that Amanda and Ubi are going to be talking some more. We'd love to have an Elba 45 in the fleet. It's a tremendous boat. I love that flybridge, combination flybridge. It's perfect. We are way over time, but I will still take questions until there aren't any more. I do want to tell everybody listening on this webinar, actually, even if you're not listening on the webinar, but you happen to pull this recording down a couple days from now and are listening and made it all the way to the end, we have a tremendous deal. It's something we did in the height of the coronavirus shutdown. But if you're listening to this, we have a gift card for 50% off. So just mention when you call 1-800-807-1562 and speak to our charter reservation team and mention that, and 50% off. You don't even have to book the charter. There are terms and conditions, but call that number, and we'd love to have you out sailing on our boats. The best thing we can do is have you out sailing on our boats. Amanda, again, I'm jealous. Just finished a 1,000-mile trip. You're making us all jealous. I hope lots of people out there are also lots of people have been out sailing too. We're going to wrap it up. Amanda, Joaquin, thank you so much. All of our attendees, thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you out sailing soon. All the best. Bye now.